In other news, New Year's Eve events across the Bay Area will be affected by COVID. That includes the fireworks show in San Francisco, usually the biggest part of the celebration, attracting thousands of people. Mayor London Breed has canceled Friday night's fireworks show because of the ongoing Omicron threat. KRON 4's Rob Nesbitt joins us live with more on how people are now adjusting their plans, Rob, to ring in the new year.
That's right, Catherine. From fireworks to concerts, several New Year's Eve celebrations have been canceled. The organizers say they don't want to run the risk of hosting a super spreader event. The San Francisco skyline won't be nearly as bright as people had hoped for New Year's Eve. The city canceling this year's fireworks show to reduce people's exposure to the Omicron variant. Just one of the many events in the Bay Area not happening this year, including the New Year's Eve balloon drop at the Schultz Museum in Santa Rosa.
It's the biggest day of the year for us.
Museum director Gina Huntsinger was expecting around 400 people at each of her two scheduled balloon drops until Omicron, the new variant canceling this year's celebration.
Given this new situation, it's just not prudent anymore to have people that close to each other in our Great Hall waiting for balloons to drop.
Others are following suit. The San Francisco Chamber Orchestra announced this week that they're postponing their New Year's Eve concerts. In Oakland, the new Parkway Theater will have their last movie showings on Thursday until COVID numbers improve.
I guess you can call it indefinite.
Carlos Cortade is in charge of community outreach at the theater and says the venue will still offer takeout, delivery, and private party rentals on weekends. Regular hours will be ending to err on the side of caution.
So like 2 years now, we've had zero COVID transmissions, and we want to try to keep that up as long as possible.
Infectious disease expert at UC Berkeley, Dr. John Swartzberg, says colder weather combined with indoor celebrations create a perfect storm for COVID transmission. He remains optimistic when it comes to vaccine effectiveness and the current state of hospital ICUs.
Very reassuring to see the disconnect between the number of cases we're reporting and the hospitalization rates remaining fairly low.
Despite the canceled fireworks, San Francisco will still deploy the city's Emergency Operations Center for New Year's Eve to support citywide coordination. Live in San Francisco, I'm Rob Nesbitt, KRON 4 News.